All right. It's Monday, November 20, 6 in the morning. I'm still sick, but gonna give this trading thing a try today. So that's how I'm seeing it. Looks like it's too bad I wasn't here. Whatever time this was. Let's see. $5:57. Too bad I wasn't here 10 minutes ago. This was or actually this one. This was an OJ. 15 minutes ago. Did that already work? Let's see. High 30. So in that 30 and a quarter. 32 and a quarter. So it would have worked for 6 ticks. All right. I'm going to pause here and see if we get a setup. And Apex still running the 90% discount for evaluations. I'm going to get some more. I was thinking about just getting them today, but might wait and see how I do today. Go from there. All right. I just drew this shallow trend as a possibility. I suppose it could be first entry long, second entry long. I would wait for a higher low, I think, which would also be a first entry short, second entry short failure. But I'm thinking long side right now. Getting close to the open. I usually won't trade right at the open no matter what, so we'll see what happens here. I don't really trust this wider channel, by the way, either. Doesn't look too legit to me, but just wanted to see if there's any reaction here. All right, so it looks like this channel doesn't work. So the other thing I'll try is just putting a range on here. Market just opened. It's not extremely fast. Nothing entirely clear. Only one touches up here. I was expecting a retest of these highs. Just gonna pause here and wait for some clarity. All right, so I'm just watching here to see if this range looks like it's gonna hold. I'm expecting at least to retest the high. All right, so got the retest. Let's see what happens here. First entry, second entry short, no signal bar. Market's pretty slow. Not a lot of volume. So far it's showing signs of the range holding. Hey, I'll be back if I see something. Alright, so it looks like the range is not a thing. I'm going to take this off. Suppose I could consider that you would have one leg up, two legs up, which puts us about where we are. So we'll see what happens from here. Alright, I seem to have found potentially this uptrend. There was a first entry short, second entry short here. Going into the highs, I already had a leg up and a leg up that was measured. Had a trend break here that already got retested, so I just stayed out of that as far as a Pat's entry. And I guess technically this was an LO, but for the same reasons I skipped it. So just gonna wait and look for a good spot. This is a higher low and a BT.
Order submitted.
Thinking about taking this. I think go 2 ticks for the BT. I could still think about it for the higher low. It's just far away from the EMA. Could be a second entry long if it ticks down. I mean, the higher low is probably good, at least for 4 ticks. I just wish it went 2 ticks here so I could have entered it for a BT. Just so far from the EMA, take it as a higher low. Well, I'm not getting into this, so I'll pause and wait for something better. Alright, so the higher low definitely would have worked for 4 ticks. and would have worked for 8 ticks.
Order canceled.
Let's see if we get anything else here. I'm seeing a first entry long, second entry long failure with 3 bars stacked up before it, which is kind of like my
Order
R3T
submitted.
that I like. Something if it goes 1 tick above here, I can play it for 6 ticks maybe. The only thing is the uptrend is played out with a new high, so. But this range is there probably to trap shorts, I think. It's just been working out. See if it pops back up to give a trap. It'll also be 1, 2, 3 triple test. Just stick with the long side. Congested. 6 tick bar. Kind of double trap.
Order submitted.
Try it.
Order cancelled. Order filled.
Maybe I'm trapped. Alright, maybe not. I just lost my PA number 3. I'm going against the context by taking a long there, so but it's been long all morning. Just gonna like shoot down.
Order stop filled.
Alright. I took a shot at it. That's not even it's not even a setup on any of my strategy. Well, I guess it is. It's what I call an R3T. It's the first time I've traded that. But it's not a PAT strategy, and it's not an NLTS strategy. But it is... well, where do I put that? I don't even know. I get minus 2 points. Well, it's like my hybrid PATs, I'll call it. All right, pause here. And it's funny because if I would have taken the failed second entry short or failed second entry long, that's the kind of trade that usually just zips the other way, which is what this setup is based on. So I did lose my PA number 3, even though I'm $24 below the starting balance, but that's how the trailing threshold works. So you can see how far up I had that account. I mean, it was near a payout on it. So that's the first PA I've blown up. I lost $24, but I lost the account overall. It's funny, but hey, that's the rules. That's the way it works, right? So all right, let me figure out what I'm doing here. All right, so took a shot on that on a setup that I haven't really been taking. This was kind of another one of my own inventions, but I put it under the PAT strategy because that's kind of like a hybrid PATs. Well, it's also a 3T. You know, it's a 3T and R3T. The idea was first entry long, second entry long trap with 3 stacking bars before it. If it goes 2 ticks above that one, I take it for a long. And I knew it wasn't right according to the context, but I thought I'd take a gamble on it anyways since it was a small bar. So that's fine. So I did include it in my stats. I just put it down here. So 42.19 overall. Lost my PA number 3. Is dead now. And that's fine. I mean, I knew on any kind of pullback, I was going to have a loser there. So I figured that was a good opportunity to just try to get to the top of the range there. Didn't work out for me this time. So first PA blown in my Apex trading. Sure, it won't be the last one, and but hopefully I could pull it together moving forward. I knew that was a risky trade, and it's not one that I've really been taking. It's, you know, I've kind of gone away from my NLTS strategy, which is what this channel was supposed to just be for, was just trading these. So at some point, I'm gonna have to decide if I'm gonna just get back to just only trading NLTS and nothing else. But you know, it's a 90% discount going on, so whatever happens to these accounts, you know, I'll be able to just get new accounts anyway, as far as evaluations go, and hopefully I don't burn any more PAs. But yeah, I mean, this one, PA number 1's only 300 away. Same with number 5. Then number 5 is, all right, this is closer than I remembered. We're only $60 away from blowing this one down here. So, and this one was also very close to getting a payout, which is why I forgot my trailing is so close on that one as well. All right, so let's see what happens. We got a first entry short, second entry short right here.
Order submitted.
11 tick bar. I don't really know what's going on here.
Order canceled.
Flat. Not sure. Just doesn't seem like there's a reason to go short.
Order
There's
submitted.
a lower high. I would take that. Breakout pullback.
Order canceled.
It seems like we're just going up. Definitely won't have a lower high. Still looks like a breakout pullback to me. This is the high of the previous day too, so we broke out of it and pulled back. So that was another reason for my trade was tested it once, and tested it twice, tested it third time, fourth time. So I thought it was worth the low risk. I'll pause here. All right, so I was just taking a look at the bigger picture here. Starting to wonder if there could be something like this. It seems to work for multiple touches on top. So that might be something worth thinking about. Midline seems to be working in some areas. That's why you gotta trust, though, if you got to break a new high, really not supposed to take this trade just based on context alone. So I gotta kind of keep reminding myself. That is the reason why I'm drawing these channels. So context. I'm just trying not to beat myself up over trades. I took a shot at something, didn't work, and still in the game. So pause here and see if something else comes up. First entry short, second entry short, far from the EMA.
Order submitted.
Tempted to try it right at the top of the channel. Thinking about it. Only 4 tick signal bar.
Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Why not? Give it a shot. Plenty of room to the EMA. No support. Would have already worked for 4 ticks. Uh-oh. Should have taken my 4 ticks. And that's not good. It can take me out, right? And this thing's gonna just skyrocket. Maybe a lower high will get me there. It's just teasing me. Let's see. Now take me out. I'll be shocked if I survive this. It's just toying with me. And here it comes. Say la vie. If it's going to take me out, I don't know why it has to draw it out so long. You just put me out of my misery. Here it comes. Come on, just go one way or the other already. Don't make me sit through this. It's so rude when it does this to you. It knows it's going to take you out, but just makes you sit around and suffer. Here it comes. Just do it already. Maybe I should have got out break even +1, but at this point it's like I was already accepting the loss, so now I just want to hold on to it for the win, because to just get break even +1, and then if it would have won, if I stayed in, is more painful than just getting the loss at this point, since the loss was expected right there. I mean, I still think I might get the loss, but I'm just not going to get shaken out of it at this point. Just really trying to torture me. Alright, am I going to get lucky here? Or is that just the ultimate tease? The ultimate tease is on. After all that. Look at this. It gave me my opportunities to get out, that's for sure. But I'm sticking with it. Can I get there? I still feel like I'm going to get taken out of this trade. Here it comes. The ultimate. Yeah. Plenty of chances to get out. Could just move this up to 6 ticks. Got stubborn there. I mean, I figured I would have lost already back here, so it's the same loss. I know going for 8 ticks or 6 ticks, I'm going to get more losses. I'm just on a losing streak, and I knew I was taking a chance on a small risk bar. Counter trend. It would have worked though for a normal max size 4 tick scalp. Just really playing games with me. I gotta stop trading in a couple minutes. So let's see if this will give me the final push I need. Give me another chance to get out. I might have to leave and just leave this thing running if it doesn't end the trade soon. get through the EMA. Nope. EMA is just too strong. Just torturing me. I gotta go. I would fully expect to get taken out of this the second it gets above this bar. When I entered the trade, I had room to the EMA. Now the EMA seems like it's just holding once it reached it. I know it wants to push higher. I could just tell. All right, now it's above. I'd expect to get taken out at this point now. It's just, to me, it's like, it's not even worth getting out at break even or +1 or whatever. It's just, give me a win or give me a loss. I got nothing to lose. At this point, I just want my 6 or 8 ticks. At this point, I just don't want to be shaken out of a trade that would have given me the profit. So I'm going to trade like I have nothing to lose and either get this win or get the loss I already thought I had multiple times. I can't believe it. It's going to go up and take me out. Watch. I can just feel it. So close here. I can just feel it. I know it's going to take me out. It's just been messing with me this whole time. It could have taken me out here. It could have taken me out here. It could have taken me out here. It wanted me to think that I was going to get the win. No, really? Is it really going to work? Just wants me to believe one last time before it gets me. And it's just going to shoot up and take me out. Longest trade ever. Been in this thing for like a half an hour. I really gotta go though, like any minute I gotta go. coming to get me. It's torture. All right, here it comes. I knew it was going to happen. Plenty of chances to get out. I mean, all this time spent underneath my entry. And the margins are so small with ES. Just can't get below the EMA though. And I can see it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. And here it goes. And we're going to be out.
Or
So
stop failed.
All that torture. All that torture for what? This account is still in PA5 by $1. All right. So that was torture. Plenty of chances to get out. Just got stubborn and said, I already thought I was a loser, so going to accept the loss there. How much did we lose? 1.5 points. I mean, I could just tell that was going to lose. Trying to go for 8. But sometimes you say, well, it's only worth it if this or that. And considering it was only 1.5 risk, I probably should have taken 5 or 6 ticks, but I didn't. Just being stubborn. Also, just because I know I can buy 90% evals right now, so I'm just being like that. All right, so I do have to stop for a while. I'll probably be back in about an hour. All right, so I just got back. It's a little after 9:30. You know, if I wanted to on this last trade, my entry was 46.25, and the low here was 44.75. So I could have got out for 4 or 5 ticks maximum. Plenty of chances to get out. I was just being stubborn, knowing I could buy new 90% evaluations, and so that's what I did. I bought just now one new 150,000 eval for 90% off, and so that's only $30, just less than $30, 29 change. And then I bought a 26 and 27, which is a 25K and a 50K. And what I've decided is I really need to try to stop taking these like subjective intuitive PATS entries. The first one was like a 3T and also R3T, which I used to take quite often. Had some success with it, but it has to have the right context. And this already had a break and new high, so I shouldn't have been looking for longs anymore, but I just subjectively took it. And then the second entry short, I subjectively took it knowing we were at the top of the what looked like a channel, had a very small bar. I think I'm going to sneeze. 4-tick bar, and it just lured me in, just being right there. Okay, I just sneezed, so I muted myself. But 4-tick bar, just, completely subjective trade. And like I just said earlier, I could have got 4 or 5 ticks maximum. Plenty of opportunities to just get out of the trade. Knew it was going to work against me and take me out. And, looking at my stats. Oh, and did I update? Yeah, I did update these. 3 wins out of 10 trades on the PAT strategy is just like stupid, right? And it's because what I'm doing is I'm getting stuck in what I used to do when I traded PATs, which was to take subjective trades. And, I think this, I think that because of this or that, like, small risk bar. It's at the top of the uptrend channel. I'm going to, plenty of room to the EMA. Let's just take a shot at it and see if we can get there. And even when I saw that the EMA was holding, I still just decided, I already thought I was going to lose, so I'm not going to get out of the trade. And then, I end up taking the loss. And that's really not the reason why I started this YouTube channel at all. The whole purpose of me starting this channel and tracking my trades was for my NLTS strategy. So I kind of found myself in a trap the last couple weeks because I decided I like drawing the channels to have the context for this purpose, to know where the break and new high is on a channel. And so that should keep me out of trades on my NLTS when I'm in this area to go long. But yet now I'm just taking them based on a whim for a PAT strategy. So I'm going to just do my best to not take any PAT setups anymore. Or if I do, I know what I'm taking a real risk because it's the whole reason why I started trading this other strategy. And I had one bad week with it, and then I started taking the majority of PATS trades instead of NLTS trades. And I think I'm just, I don't see a reason to keep doing that. I've been trading PATS for 3 years and it hasn't gotten me anywhere. So really the NLTS is like my last thing that I'm going to try on ES. And if I don't turn this around with these 3 evals and whatever I have left of the PAs, if I don't just turn it around trading NLTS, then I may have to just change a lot of things I'm doing. I've been watching a lot of people trading on the NQ, and it has my attention because there's just more room to maneuver. I could probably do more of a scalping. Like I've checked out Alpine Trader, and I like the way he scalps. And I feel like when I see him enter trades and stuff, like a lot of times I feel like, yeah, I would enter that too. So if NLTS doesn't work for me, I might try to dabble in that in the new year. But for right now, I want NLTS to be my focus. I don't want the PATS thing to be my focus. So it's really hard to not take them when you see them, when you're drawing these things. I mean, this is an easy trade I could have got out for 4 ticks. Like, easily could have got 4 ticks instead of lost 6 ticks. So it is what it is. This is all just me trying to sort out how I want to trade and what works best for me. And I'm just putting it out there and documenting it on YouTube. And, it's a bummer because I was so close to getting a payout on this number 3 account, which is now blown. The number 5 account too, I was really close. And now I'm $1 away from blowing it. Literally $1. $68. Not even a dollar. 50 cents. 50 cents away from blowing that. So, it's a bummer to like blow up a couple PA accounts, but I also have to realize most people don't get payouts on their first PA accounts. Usually people blow up a couple, probably more than a couple. So I'm not going to let this get to me, and I'm just going to keep doing my thing here. So just going to adjust for all the things I just talked about. And let's get these accounts ready to get traded, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so anyway, I do feel like I got carried away with taking Pat's entries lately. So I'm going to put a pause on that, and I'm just going to have to let them go, even though there's so many times where I could have taken them and they would have won, but I didn't take them, but it's really just not the point of why I was doing this, and so I got to keep in mind what I'm trying to accomplish here. And I was doing really well on my accounts with the Nlts strategy, and adding Pats is just not helping anything. So what I think I'll do is leave this on for today and do a wrap up with it, and then I'm gonna remove the Pat strategy entirely from being setups that I'll take, and that way I'm just going to stop tracking them and take it off and take it out of my total, and just focus on NLTS is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do right now. So we'll see. Anyway, I've got my 3 new accounts ready to go. The 50 and the 25 will be traded on MES, so I could play runners. And let me see, the 150 will be ES, as well as this old 150, the free account that I had, which I've just been burning to the ground. So might as well have 2 running concurrently, and see if we can get some momentum and put all the trial and error of the reintroducing Pats, put that away, and see if we can get NLTS to give us some trades. All right, I'm pausing for now. I just did a reset, and it looks like the bar's changed. Even actually a better bar than what I took on my trade. I changed the account I changed the leader account, so it's not showing my marks now, but because I switched it to the new 150K to be the leader. But now, now it's a 6 tick bar, so I saved myself 2 ticks on the loss, because I had a 4 tick bar when I took it. So now that I'm seeing the bars are different, I'm not really sure. I mean, clearly, I don't think the bars were like this to give me this, like this. Because that wouldn't have made sense to trade into it. But that looks pretty legit now, so that's interesting. I think if the bars were this way, I probably would have been able to draw this and then wouldn't have taken a trade here. So now that the bars are this way, I don't see any downtrend. So I'm not seeing any setups. I mean, there's maybe potential for an OJ up here, but I don't think so. Is there a range here? So if this range is legit, it's a little questionable to the upside. But we're also just in the middle of this channel. Who knows what's going on here? But I'm going to pause and just wait. And now I'm just waiting for Nlts setups. And I turned my head for 1 second and OJ formed. And it happened so fast. I wasn't even ready for it. All right. Oh, well. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it, and one of my rules wasn't being applied, or it wasn't in place. So I actually shouldn't have taken that if I saw it. Although I don't know, I might have taken it if I saw it, but it actually didn't fit the rules. So anyway, here we go. All right, so not exactly sure what's going on at this point. I had drawn this green channel earlier, but it looks like there's an overshoot of that now. So I also drew this blue one, which seems to be fitting on the top, but would need to be retested again, which now there's an overshoot of the green one, but the green one was never, I mean, unless you call this confirmed, which maybe you do. Then you have an overshoot. So anything can happen here as far as context goes, I believe, if I have this at all right. I mean, I would expect to come down here at the very least, if not break it. But this market's just wanted to keep going up, and anytime it's pulled back, it's just shot right back up and goes sideways, comes down, shoots up. So the market wants to keep going up, from as far as I could tell. The problem with PAT strategy or NLTS strategy is you have to really be good at just waiting and being patient and just being okay with not taking any trades unless you see the right setup with the right context. And honestly, the past few weeks, my patience for that has really not been very good. This trade, it looked different at the time. I didn't have this up channel, but it was a purely subjective, just, hey, I see a second entry as a first, well, from here actually, it was a first entry short, second entry short. It already made new highs from over here, and I didn't have any of the other channels other than the green one. And it just seemed like, okay, far away from the EMA, let's just give it a shot, and that's typically where I lose trading PATs, because you wait all day and you're like, I just want to get into a trade. So if I took 4 ticks, yeah, that would have worked. But I don't and didn't. And so I'm getting bit quite often lately. Same with this trade here. I took a triple test, and it's just purely subjective. I mean, there's no reason to think it should be going long still. But there was also no downtrend. So there wasn't a reason to really think short, but there wasn't a reason to think long. So really should have stayed out of that trade. And then that's typically what happens is the patience runs out to wait for a great perfect setup with context, or you don't understand the context, and I don't understand the context, and I take a trade thinking I do. So it's either I'm ignoring the context or I'm not understanding the context. I take a trade and I lose. So that's Pats in a nutshell. I get a lot of wins with it. You wouldn't be able to tell from my trading with it on YouTube for the past 10 trades I've taken with it. But I had been like a mid 70% trader with it over the course of 3 years overall. But definitely I've had weeks or a couple weeks where I've gone 3 and 7 before. Yeah, I've definitely done that before. And that's the problem with it in my eyes. That's why I don't really want to trade it. It's just sometimes you see something because you learned something, and you can't. It's impulsive. You just can't help yourself but to take it, and that's what's happened with me here. Anyway, I gotta blow my nose again, so I'm gonna pause. Not seeing any setups currently. All right. Well, it seems like it's not an overshoot. Remember, this happened the other week, and I raised it like that. It's still an overshoot. The midline fit better where it was. So I'm not really sure. This thing just keeps going up, though. But I feel like that's what it did, if I remember last week. I think it was last week. Where it did this, it kept going up and up and up, and then eventually it broke through to the other side. So just being patient. I do, there's like a big part of me that wants to just try like something like when you get into a situation like this to just place a limit order at the bottom and just see if it'll take me back up. Of course, I'd have lost the same way doing that here. But if I did it here, or here, or here, or here, it would have worked. So I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm wanting to get back into a more experimental phase where I take more trades. But I also want to stick with Nlts, but the setups are just happening so rarely lately. I mean, when I came up with the strategy, I was seeing anywhere between 3 and 8 setups a day. And lately, I'm not even seeing one, like, at all. Or, like, subjective versions, maybe. So, that's the frustrating thing with the PAT strategy, with the NLTS strategy. And I have to just decide if I'm going to be able to have the patience to just wait for those setups, or am I going to start trying other things as well. All right. As we can see, I'm having a red day. So, all the things I'm currently doing is not working to get me into the green. But there's a reason why I'm trading Apex accounts, and that's because, when I take losses like this, that's not real money I'm losing. I'm only in for the amount of the purchases of the evaluation accounts and the PA fees. And, so to be able to trade and gain experience with a chance of getting a payout, if I hit it in the right gear at the right time and, start getting on a roll, then, literally I can lose 4 out of 5 of these PA accounts and just get one payout on one account, take a max payout, and I have all my money back. So that's why I'm not feeling stressed or upset right now. I think I'm just going through a time, and the market shifts and changes throughout the year. And if I can almost swear that it was exactly this time last year that I'm like, I have to go back and check my journals, my trading journal, but I'm certain that it was this time exactly last year where I was up like over $1,000 in my small personal account. And it was like right now where I lost my whole profit and lost like a significant portion, like half of my capital, starting capital, like right at the end of the year, exactly this time of year. So there's something about this time of year that just doesn't work for me. It's almost like I should just not trade November and December. Although, to be fair, my biggest losses were in October. I think the end of October this year. So, but it's just funny. This time of year, I just don't seem to do well. But I'm trying to position myself to just, if I don't get to my goal, which was to get one payout before the end of the year, to be close to having some opportunity for that early in 2024. So I'm going to definitely take more advantage of the 90% off discount and get some more accounts even after today. I might I got 3 today. Maybe I'll get 3 on like Wednesday. Although that's kind of stupid because then there's a bunch of days where you can't trade right after that, or I won't be trading right after that. So maybe I'll wait till Monday, get 3 more, and then maybe whatever the last day is, get like 3 more, something like that, so they could be a little staggered and just go for it. Hopefully I'll get out of this rut that I'm in. But I like this idea of trading the 150K too. So trade the ES on that, MES on everything else, be able to play some runners. Haven't been able to take advantage of that because my trades have not worked out so far. But at some point, I'm going to see a market condition that works for me and works for my strategy, and things will turn around for me. So, all right, I'm going to pause here. It's 10:50. Give it another hour and a half or so, and then maybe we'll get something. It's a very slow market, just grinding up. And who's to say? Is there anything maybe here instead? That actually works. So I think I'll do make it like that so it's not so annoying on my eyes. And then I'm going to remove this. That looks legitimate to me. That's the best thing I've seen all day. Oops. So glad I zoomed out, and I think that's something I have to always try to remind myself to do. Just zoom out and see what the bigger picture is. And also, at this point, since this thing just keeps going up, if I do measure a bigger leg like this, it went beyond that already. But interesting that it went right to it and turned back before it continued. So I think that's a little bit clearer. Even that. That means there's no overshoot now. This would be a BT. The trades I'm considering taking, it hasn't gone 2 ticks above yet. But also what I don't like is just all the stacked bars here.
Order submitted.
Let's get an order just in case. It's only a 5-tick bar. If it goes 2 ticks above, maybe I'll consider it. I probably shouldn't because it's, like I said, all the bars stacked sideways here. And not any room to the highs. So that's a BT. I keep telling myself I'm going to start taking these, but then when I see them, I'm like, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have taken it. It's 2 ticks off from what would have been a win for me. The way this is coming down, I wouldn't like that if I was in this trade. I'm obviously not going to enter it at this point, but my entry would have been 59.25 on the BT. So if it got to here, I would have got my 6 ticks minimum. So this will be interesting to see if it works this time, because I really do. I haven't taken any BTs yet, but I'm seeing that they seem like they work. So let's see if this one would have worked. My stop would have been 1 tick under this bar right here, 57.50. Entry would have been 59.25. So needs to get to there. Right. Market moves so slow, it might take a while, so cancel the order.
Order canceled.
And I'll come back if it either fails or wins, just to document whether the BT on this bar would have worked. That would have been from the Nlts chart. All right, so just now, finally, this BT would have rolled over and lost if I was in it. It would have been good for 4 ticks, but not 6 or 8. And I think I really have to keep in mind, I mean, the ATR is 6 ticks today, under 6 ticks right now. You know, when I took this trade, it was just over 6 ticks. So I really should be factoring that in. I mean, if I'm going for a profit target bigger than the ATR, I'm probably putting myself at a disadvantage. So I'm going to try to keep mind of that as well. And if it's a 6-tick ATR, I got to go for 4. I think that's got to be my rule. If it's, 8 ticks, maybe I can go for 6. I think I have to go for 2 ticks under what the ATR is going to be kind of my rule. I'm going to try to keep in mind and adapt. I used to do that, and then I stopped somewhere along the way. But I think it would be helpful, because this would have been a win if I just had in my mind, okay, I'm just going to go for a quick 4-tick scalp. I think it would have worked right away. Let me see. This was the entry. Well, I don't know what the entry was anymore, because I changed the leader account. But on these, and the bars changed, but on this, the low is 45, the low here is 46. I think I was 2 ticks higher on my entry, because my bar was 2 ticks smaller. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, it would have gave me the 4-tick scalp right away on my entry. So that could have been a win. So just something I gotta think about, because I mean, this thing is just moving at a crawl. It's taking a half hour to make a few bars. let's see. The time from what the entry of the BT would have been to now is 26 minutes to this bar when it would have finally lost. So 26 minutes to make, 26 minutes to make 11 bars. I mean, that's really slow. So just, all these things I got to keep in mind as I move forward. In a good state of mind. It's not getting to me. I think because the 150K account was a free account, so I'm not losing anything there. These were 90% accounts. Well, I just replaced them with 90% accounts. So whatever happens with these, I won't renew. These will just get canceled, and I'll get some more 90% accounts. It's super cheap. So it's not really doing much damage to me. It's a bummer to lose the PA, and this one's basically lost 2. But I still have 3, and I can still get more. So it's all good. All right. I haven't been in any trade, haven't seen any trade. We have an overshoot of my big blue channel now up here. There actually was a LO. This was a BT doji bar, but there was an LO after it. If I had entered 2 ticks above this one, it would have worked. The reason why I didn't like it was already at the high of this, so I decided to skip it. And for right now, I'm considering those subjective white trades. Considering the Pats trades I took were both white trades, I don't know why I'm skipping this. Really, I just don't want a third loss. So unless it's like a great setup with context in place, I'm probably just done for the day, and I'll come back tomorrow. Running out of time, got about a half hour left. And so yeah, it just, seemed risky going long into the high of the day. There was room for the top of this channel, the bigger wide channel. But I just decided I'm not going to take that. And that's why I'm drawing these. If I'm going to stop drawing these, which maybe I will eventually, then I can take that. So it's like I got to decide what I'm doing between the Pat stuff. And I feel like I've made it more complicated for myself in a way. Or it's like an extra filter that's giving me even less trades. I'm not sure. But we're going to keep testing it out for a while here, at least through the end of the year, I think, and go from there. So just waiting. I'm guessing, the market's so slow. There's so few pullbacks. There's probably just not going to be anything else to trade today, but you never know. All right, so this thing has just been going up, 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 and up. I've had this as an overshoot of the blue channel. And man, I can't believe we're at 45.70. I mean, we're going to get back to all-time highs in not too long at this rate. Anyway, I was thinking what would happen if the thing I liked about this channel was that the midline really worked here, worked here, worked here, worked here, worked here. It's like the midline is just so solid everywhere. That to me, that seems right. But I'm wondering if I move it up, does it work right anywhere else? Like maybe the midline, maybe this is the midline. Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, it's not going to matter much. It's 12:15. I'm going to be wrapping it up here soon. But it was like, that's what was keeping me out of considering any more longs, was the overshoot. And then now it's like, but of course, once you decide on something like this, that's when it's going to turn around and act like an overshoot, right? So, just an interesting day. Just been up all day. I wasn't wrong about this trade. It would have worked for 4 ticks. This trade, I was wrong. And I knew I was wrong. Even before I entered the trade, I knew I already had to break a new high. And I said before I even entered this trade, I wouldn't go, you shouldn't go long because you already have a break new high. I'm pretty sure I said it out loud when I was recording. But I went against it when I saw the failed second entry long fail. So I kind of tried to trap the trappers and got trapped. So nothing to feel too angry about today, too upset about. Just continuing my losing streak, but it'll end at some point. I'm just going to stay positive. Still not feeling great. Very stuffy. All right. This candle's a BT. Seeing if there's anything here. Yeah, maybe you can argue for something like that. I'm just very hesitant to take anything, even though it seems like it just long, just works. It also seems like as soon as you take a long up here, that's when you'll lose. I could take off my
Order
number one
submitted.
PA and trade number 5. That's like 50 cents away from dying. And in the 3 evaluations I've been trading, do I dare do it? BT. Looks like should I do it? Just know that if I enter this trade, it'll go against me. I'm still thinking overshoot, too. That's why I really do think that it's got to be an overshoot, right? It's gone 2 legs.
Order
I
canceled.
would have wanted to take off my new evaluations too, which I can't do because I have it as my leader account right now. So basically everything's just telling me not to take this trade. That's what it comes down to. So I think I want BTs to have a bullish bar when I take them. That wouldn't be bullish enough for me. Closed lower than the open of the candle. I feel like it's interesting here. This had an overshoot. Still went up. kind of want to just take all my trade copier off and just enter a trade on PA number 5, because it's like gonna blow anyway.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
I can't even do 4. How many can I do? Can I do 1?
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Oops.
Order canceled.
Can I do 2?
Order submitted.
That's too late. It took me so long to figure out how many contracts I could do here. You can see that.
Order canceled.
Let me pause here. All right, so I wanted to take a short here on my PA5, but I didn't figure out how to get everything set in time. It would have worked. Although I don't know if there would have been some, I guess there wouldn't have been a pullback. It's 50 cents away from blowing. It's like, if it goes 1 tick against me, it's going to be blown. I wanted to enter it here. And I'd rather it just be blown today, so it's just, I don't have to look at it. It went 8 ticks from there. I wish I was streaming so I could just be like, okay, long or short. 8 ticks that way, 8 ticks that way. So if I was looking at it like this. Where did I have it before? I had it so the midline was like this.
Order submitted.
Just go along at the top. That'd be pretty stupid, right? Yeah, if I entered now, I'd already killed the account. Oh no. Oh, no, I don't want to do it. What's going to happen here? I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Order canceled.
Canceled. Just want to gamble the 50 cents.
Order submitted.
It's got 50 cents. Should just blow right away on one tick if it goes one tick against me.
Order filled.
All right, it's blown, I think. Oh, wait a second. This entered me in multiple accounts. That's not what I wanted. What'd I do? That's not what I wanted to do at all. How? Oh no, it's all in one account. It's all in the 5 account. Should be blown though already. It's like, am I doing this in the wrong account? Oh shoot, I'm doing this in the wrong account. Oh man. I did this in the wrong account, guys. I wasn't paying attention. Or I made a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. It's the wrong account. I chose the wrong account. I chose the wrong PA account by mistake. That's why it's not blowing right away. Let me out of it. I didn't mean to do that on this. I was looking at the wrong account. And I traded on ES. I made multiple mistakes here. I should have switched the chart. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a stupid error on my part. I just looked at this all wrong. I just did damage to my PA that I still had a decent amount of RAM. Not anymore. I'll literally take the one tick because this was not what I intended to do on this account at all. I'll even take a commission loss.
to do.
Stop filled.
Well, I just took that loss. That was pretty dumb. Just looking at the wrong account. Traded the wrong account.
Order submitted.
You know what? I don't even know what I was looking at. That was just dumb. So I'm not even going to count that as a trade. That was just error. I thought I had an account that was near being blown, but I think I just looked at it wrong. So I just lost $200 extra I didn't need to lose, or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I had $900 on that account. That was just stupid. I was feeling fine about today. Other than that, maybe it was this PA1. It was PA1 that I wanted to trade. I still had $200 on that. But that would have been stupid anyway. I don't know what I was thinking right there. Anyway, it's the end of the day. That was stupid to take an extra loss on that PA account. There's no reason. No reason at all. But at least I minimized the loss. All right. That was dumb. Call it a day right there.